What's up, folks? Johnny Lee Reinoso. Hope you're doing well. Look, in today's video, I want to talk to you about 7 signs. I broke it down to 7 signs that I believe are truly needed in order to be successful, okay? Now, this isn't one to self-reflect. You can do it to self-reflect to yourself. This is more so for those of you who are business owners, for those of you who are managing, leading a team, hiring people, training and recruiting people. You need to start looking for these particular attributes within a person, okay? These kind of ingredients that build up the persona of who you're speaking to, who you're looking for, and who's on your team can allow you to make that decision to invest more in that person or to give more responsibility to that person because you know deep down inside they're on the right track to being very successful. So it's critical to have that key, that level of intuition that'll help you win in your business when you're recruiting, training, and growing your team and looking to promote those within, as well as hire and obviously bring folks from outside, okay? So again, in today's video, it's about 7 signs that you will be super successful. Let's get started.
I'm Johnny Lee Reinoso, and this is Don't Admire, Acquire.
So 7 signs that you would be super successful. Let's go with number 1. Again, this is all about intuition, kind of looking at who's who to help you win in your business and in your game, okay? Number 1, super competitive, okay? Competitive nature is critical on your path to being extremely successful. It doesn't mean that you're not happy for those around you. It doesn't mean that you're not accepting that others have probably beat you because you learn from those losses. What it means is that you don't stop until you're number 1. Okay, you constantly strive for improvement and perfection in order for you to win in your business and in your game, okay? So you're uber competitive, which is critical and is very much needed. A healthy level of competitive, right? I'm not talking about something that's gonna get you sick. We all had our fair share of getting sick when we're trying to race to the top. But I'm talking about, being able to understand that you're not number 1, that you have a lot to learn, that you still need to grow, and that you need to spend the time to get there. But you don't stop until you get there. That's what being competitive is. I mean, stop for a moment. LeBron James, Cristiano Ronaldo, right? If you're a Messi fan, you might say Messi, but I'm going to rather say Ronaldo, right? But you got others out there, they don't stop. They don't stop. They put an effort, okay? Elon Musk. I mean, he constantly is redefining himself and is super competitive in his space. He's got 80% of the EV market right now, electric vehicle market. I mean, think about these folks, right? Success leaves clues. So again, competitive. Number 2, you finish. You finish what you start. You don't stop until you complete it. That's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful characteristics. That's beautiful to have that in your nature. To feel this level of impatience, to feel not satisfied until you complete what it is that you set out to do, okay? So you're a finisher, you finish. Number 3, your close 5. Your close 5, what does that mean? Your circle, your influence, your 5 closest friends or business key mentors, if you will. Ideally, your friends, okay? Your close 5 make more than you. Your close 5, they're better than you. Whether it's in parenting, in business, in school, whatever it is, at wherever part of your life, okay? This is very much important. I don't care if you're a freshman in high school, if you're a freshman in college, or if you're 20 years in the workforce, your circle, your close 5, you will make a very, very, very close percentage to your close 5. And if your close 5 are making a lot more than you, you're on your way to being uber successful when it comes to the dough, when it comes to the cashish. Okay? So it's important for you to understand this because you want to make sure you start to look. It doesn't mean you stop being friends or welcoming to those around you that don't make or more than what you make. It just means that you have to know where do you put your time and investment when it comes to learning, when it comes to mentoring, when it comes to, leadership and development, Who could you look up to help guide you to become who it is that you're trying to become in business, okay? It's critical that you have this in your key guides to help you become super successful. Let's go back. Now, number 4, your mind never stops, okay? I spoke to a guy the other day that said that he wishes that he had ADD, right? Now, I don't say go out there and wish this, but he wishes that he had that because there are people out there, like myself, but there are others as well, even if you don't have that diagnosis, where you're constantly thinking about the next thing, okay? PBD, Patrick Bet-David, has a book called Your Next 5 Moves. You need to be always thinking strategically. You need to be always thinking ahead of the game. Doing this is going to do this. It's going to happen there. This is what's going to, then what, right? And knowing and having that visual and that visibility, that visionary to be able to see what happens allows you to also never stop thinking, because you're always thinking about what's going to happen next and how to mitigate risk and how to grow and how to scale, right? As well as when you're looking at investments, when you're looking at growing your business, when you're looking at hiring the right people, all right, you want to be able to adapt and see this. You want to see this in your team where they're always thinking about improvement. I got 3 things that I always focus on here in my company: speed, execution, and efficiency. Those are the 3 things we live by. We're always thinking, where can we improve? Okay, never stop thinking, which is another way of saying never be complacent with how things are operating. Always challenge the MO so you could win in your game and in your business. Number 5, always learning. You never stop learning. You constantly need to keep learning. Audiobooks. For every book I buy an audiobook. I listen to the book while I'm working out, and I read the book as well to highlight for that memorization so it's constantly in my brain. You never stop learning. Okay, you hear me say this in many of my videos. Success leaves clues, so you're able to understand what have others done and how do they deal with these challenges, and what can I learn from their mistakes or their winnings so that I can adapt that and I can apply that to my business as well. Okay? Point number 6, your purpose is greater than you. When you have employees that are willing to do more than what's expected of them, that's because they believe that their purpose is greater than just their paycheck. That the purpose of the company, the greater good of the organization, the expansion, the ability to become number 1 in your space, providing that ultimate customer service that is superb. Okay, these are the critical things that are needed in order for you to be super successful, but it's far beyond you. Because if all you're thinking is short term, if you're going to be penny wise and pound foolish, you're going to find yourself getting stuck here and not being able to see this. You need to see greater than just your dough, than what you're making. Okay, what impact are you giving your organization? It's very much important for you to be super successful so that you could give back to your community, to your church. See, that purpose is greater than you. What impact can you give to those around you, to those less fortunate, to the sick, to the organizations that need additional funding, okay, to your church? What could you do for your family and experiences with your family or with those around you? What could you do for your team? What could you do for your employees? How could you help them grow? The purpose has to be greater than you. When your purpose is greater than you, you will be uber successful, filled with gratitude, filled with excitement to continue to grow and become more than who you are and what you're doing. Okay? Well, I just read the other day that Apple, I think, gave, I want to say it's $100 million, or I think it was $100 million that they're giving to minority-owned small businesses. I mean, think about what they're able to do. Because they're capitalists, don't mind this shirt, because they focus on growing the company, they're constantly beating out their competition, they're number 1 in their space, they're about to get into EV, you heard me talk about that a second ago, they're about to launch an electric vehicle, you watch, I can't wait to get an Apple car, okay? But my point is that when your purpose is greater than you, then you know what, your mind never stops. You know what, you focus on improving your 5, because you know that there's a lot more to learn and a lot to grow. You're always the finisher because you always want to get done when you start, and you're super competitive, obviously. Okay, you see how it all ties in? And last but not least, your health. Your health has to be a priority. Because if you're not here, then who's going to be here to help carry out your vision, your goals, and your desires? You have to be here and you have to be healthy. So let's not forget, especially this year in 2021 with this COVID craziness still going on, and if you're listening to this video in 2022, whatever the year is, recognize health is absolutely important. Because I guarantee you could all remember when there was a time where you got a health scare and nothing mattered at that moment. Or where your family had a health scare and nothing mattered. Where your parents might have had a health scare and nothing matters, right? So don't wait for those moments to be filled with gratitude or concern because now health is in your forefront because there's a scary discussion around it. Make it a priority every day so you can beat those demons of clogged arteries or stress and anxiety that affects your body. Okay, fight it now by eating right, going out, working out, being healthy, always moving. Make health a priority. Folks, I'm here to tell you these seven key characteristics, okay? If you have them, fantastic, you need to adopt them. But look for folks that have this within your team. Look for folks that adopt, that model this with their life. when you're looking at candidates, and know that investing in them and bringing them into your organization will help you take your company to the next level. Again, these are 7 signs that you will be super successful. Thank you for stopping by. Cheers.